Hello, hello. My name is Jani, and this is a cross stitch channel. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel where we talk about cross stitch and projects and fabrics and flosses, and we make plans. And this time I wanted to do a stitch with me, but I thought on putting the cell phone in front of me so we can talk. Usually the when I record a stitch with me, I put the cell phone over my stitching so you can see my actually stitching. But this time I decided, uh, to talk to you because many times the stitch with me videos are more like background music while we are stitching. So yeah, I thought, you know what, we can talk and it's going to be fine. So yeah, I am stitching Fairy Flora by Mirabilia. I start with a Spanish group, the challenge I am Mirabilia, soy Mirabilia. So we decided to start a Mirabilia project, well, a Mirabilia or a Nora Corbett or a Lavender and Lace um, design on the month of July. Well, we can start a new project or just work in a current Mirabilia whip, so that way we can all be stitching, a Mirabilia related design and enjoy all these beautiful designs and be stitching together. So here we are. And I'm loving stitching this fairy Flora. I'm really excited with her because I make some conversions and I change a few colors and the fabric is really tiny. Um, you know, um, Usually I stitch my mirrors in 28 or 32, and this is almost 38, and so it's a tiny mirror, and I'm really enjoying stitching in the small fabric in order to create a smaller fairy. So yeah, I'm really happy. Sometimes I got a question about which one is my favorite mirror, and usually it's the mirror I'm stitching right now. But in this case, it's true because I feel so in love with this little fairy, and with the changes I'm doing and the fabric, and I don't know, I really feel very connected with this project. And I was thinking in some of my whips, my Mirabilia whips, where I stitch just as it was called in the chart, and I feel a little regret, using the plain fabric or not making any conversion, and I don't know, I feel a little weird, coming back to those projects, to those whips, because it feels like they are not me. And it's something that usually happens also with the way we stitch, or the projects that we used to stitch and or used to like, that we change our methods and we change our taste. So yeah, they are not as we don't feel as connected as once we were. It's something that we change with time, and that happened to me with different whips. That, I mean, I still enjoy the design and the colors and the project, but I wish I could do it different, or doing according to the way I'm currently stitching. So yeah, that's why this fairy is one of my favorites, because it represents how I'm stitching right now, how I am enjoying my projects, how I like to make conversion and using a tiny fabric and making changes here and there, and also not worry so much about the stitching itself, uh, because I remember I was so very aware of the little mistakes that I used to make, and I I make all those mistakes right now, but I have learned to accept them and not feel so worry about them. So for example, in this case, my dress and the borders and some of the stitches are not in the right place, but that's okay. At least for me, I mean, I am enjoying the process, and I don't feel so pressured to stitch it as it should be, and that's okay with me. And it's something that I have learned and accept through the years, so that's fine. Some stitchers like to make those beautiful perfect stitches and projects, and very much according to the pattern, and the result is amazing, and you saw those pictures with all the crosses in a perfect synchrony and that's amazing. But I learned to accept my differences, the way that I stitch. It might not be perfect, but it's perfect for me and I love it. So yeah, that's my stitchy status, or place where I am right now. So it's different from years ago, where I was really, really, obsessed with the perfect backside and the perfect crosses, and using a hoop or a frame, and trying to make my piece, you know, really, really according to the chart, and not anymore. And of course, I'm not saying there should be a right way to do it or a wrong way. Uh, it's the way you feel comfortable with, and that way can change with the time. So yeah, also having that in mind, that perhaps you can have a season where all you looking in your stitching should be perfect and should be according to the chart, and some seasons you feel like it's not really necessary. You can stitch according to how you feel, changing the colors, changing the fabric, um, changing everything, and enjoying the process. So yeah, I'm um, in that point. So when I look at my old whips, some of them I feel like that disconnection with my projects, and I prefer stick with my current projects or start new things, to follow that way that I am stitching. So I don't know if you how do you feel about the way you stitch right now? Uh, did you do differently from years ago, or perhaps you are getting more precise? Um, you correct certain things that you used to do in the past. Yeah, it's funny how we change our point of views, and yeah, our methods. And yeah, we were talking. I did a Instagram live last Friday night, and it was like a pajama party, and we talk about this topics about cross stitch, and I took out my fabrics, so because I wanted to start something new, and I was talking live with another stitchers, and they helped me to to perhaps find a new project. And then we were looking flosses that I dyed, and charts, and I had this idea of then start stitching, and talk with my stitchy friends, but it was getting really late, so I let them go. And of course I had to put all in the right place, because that's who I am, and I need to keep all in order. So after I finished the live Instagram, I put everything in its place, because OCD. And I one of my boxes of floss um, fell down, and I have to put the flosses in its place, and yeah, perfect. And after all that, I start stitching. So yeah, it was a really really late stitching night, but yeah, I really enjoyed it very much. So yeah, it was Friday, and some Fridays we can uh, party like that. And also this weekend it's 24 hours of cross stitch, so I did most of my 24 hours on Friday. So yeah. Well, that is my little stitch with me, with you, stitching on my uh, on my fairy Flora, you know, trying to make some sense in her dress, because it's going to be a challenge to adjust to the borders, but I don't know. She will look amazing either way. So yeah, thank you for stitch a little bit with me, talking and having a nice time. um, I made a little sampler in order to celebrate the 8,000 subscribers. Sorry for the noise. So if you want to stitch this pattern, it's a freebie, so let me know. I will put a link in the description box with the pattern. So yeah, I hope you like it. It's um, a little symbol of my love to this amazing community. So yeah, thank you for being here, for your support, for making this such a delightful time for me. I'm always trying to record a little bit to be in touch with my stitchy friends. So yeah, thank you very much. Have a great week. Have fun, stitch a lot, take care of your family, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.